Hey guys, this is Casual with the NerdHammer.net Battle Report. This is my third game in the Showcase Comics tournament, Uncomp tournament for the Colonial GT Qualifier. First place gets a free pass to the GT. So, round 3, I pull up some Empire, and this is a list that concerns me. There's a lot of one-up armor, and Plague Bearers are just not really good against it. Only strength 4, strength 5 with the Epidemius tally. So yeah, I have some concerns with the amount of armor. It's somewhat of a light council list too, which even scares me more because I have a Great Unclean One running around in Epidemius. So yeah, I'm pretty concerned. The only thing I really have to go against armor is the Great Unclean One, so he has to get in combat and it has to be effective. But with banishments and cannons, it's going to be tough. So, my deployment, I feel like I'm playing dwarves here. Yeah, I bunker up pretty much, just trying to protect the Great Unclean One the best I can. I got some beast out in front of him. My idea is I really want to sweep on this right side. He has, I'll go through his list in a moment. He has some nasty stuff that I just want to get in combat as fast as possible. On his left side here, you got some Demigryph Knights. I'm not really too concerned about these guys just yet. They got a long way to get into the combat, as I'm all the way on the right side. These guys are all the way on the left. He's a cannon tucked in behind. He has a Huracanum. He has a big block of Inner Circle Knights. He has BSBs in there. No Warrior Priest, which I was a little surprised about. He has his War Altar here with the Arc Collector on it. In behind, big Archer detachment. He has a level 4 light, a level 1 light. I think he has a level 2 of life, which was an interesting pick. I guess that might be to take some wounds off the miscast. I'm not really sure. Cannon tucked in behind here, the Hellblaster, which I'm pretty concerned about, and a unit of Demigryph Knights. So in our deployment, we're a little off tilter here. I'm far on the right. He's more left center. So it's going to be interesting to see how the dance matches up. What I don't need happening is, a lot of turns of movement, because he does have cannons, he does have banishment. So I'm concerned. I need to get in combat, and I actually tucked my one Plague Bearer unit in back further than 24 inches just to keep him out of the range of the Hellblaster. So yeah, I got some ground to cover. And for the third time, I get first turn, which is awesome. And that's kind of built into this list just because I have a low amount of drops. I kind of planned it that way so that if I go up against something cannon heavy, at least my cannons will get the first round and take some shots off. But actually, in this against this matchup, he had less drops than me, but I stole the initiative. So I move up, as you see. Epidemius, I'm trying to put him behind this building so that the cannons can't just take him out on the first turn. So we're going to do some, counter battery shots. Just a better view of it. Just as a deterrent, I put +1 regen on this unit, so they now have a 3-up regen, and I just increased the beast poison attack. So it just kind of, I didn't, my direct damage spells really couldn't reach anything. One of my cannons shoot and take 2 wounds off of the Hellblaster, just not enough to kill it. I think my other cannon misfired, of course, and can shoot next turn. I fired a Furies up here. I actually got him out of the line of sight of these Demigryphs, which are awesome now. I have an easy charge into the Hellblaster if I need, or even into the bunker. So there's some cool stuff working up on this right corner here. A sip of 6:30 a.m. coffee, and it's turn 1 Empire. So through shooting here, he does 3 wounds to the single beast, but does not get to knock off that last wound, which is awesome. So I'm going to be able to use him as some redirecting. Hopefully he stays alive. And over here, Cannonball comes through, does 2 wounds to a beast and 3 wounds to a cannon. Just 1 wound shy of getting that cannon. I'm surprised that he wasn't shooting at the Great Unclean One. Looking across the table, he got to think that that's one of the biggest threats in the unit, and of course Epidemius, but yeah, I think he was just trying to get those cannons out of the way. He knew the other cannon couldn't fire next turn, so he figures, might as well limit his cannon shots. In the magic phase, the only thing I'm concerned about is a banishment at the Great Unclean One, so I'm letting other things go through just to try to stop that. Turn 2 Demons. So I move up pretty aggressively here. I'm ready to get in combat. He brought his Demigryphs right in front of the Plague Drones, which they don't care. They fly over and get into the Hell Blaster. That's awesome. That takes a big threat off the table. I'm going to overrun to his Engineer. Over here, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'm going to chaff up his Inner Circle Knight unit and hopefully get a good counter charge. I throw the Beast up there in front of them. I really like the way my lines are shaping up. I got a bunch of options. His War Altars might be within charge range. Got a lot of options. Ultimately, I really want to get into these Inner Circle Knights. I want to get the charge on them, get the Great Unclean One in on them also, and hopefully, the Eternal Blade will be able to do some damage against that armor. I take Epidemius out of this unit. The Demigryphs can't see him, so I'm setting him up with either a charge against my Plague Bearer block or the other cannon that's in a corner. So yeah, after combat, we make short work of the Hell Blaster and overrun it into his Engineer. So turn 2 Demon, or turn 2 Empire. So yeah, he had an option here. He could have went after the Chariot. It was a bit of a long charge for him, so he decides to go after the Plague Bearers, which I'm okay with. This is after combat actually. I felt pretty good about this. I know the Demigryphs are going to kill a lot of Plague Bearers, but I just need them to get stuck there. And as long as this unit didn't pop, I was going to have a nice counter charge with the Strength 6 Chariot into the flank of the Demigryphs, which is a good matchup for me. I like the way that's, as long as I roll good on the impact hits, that's going to do some damage to those Demigryphs. I do have some combat reds with a banner and a rank, so this makes me a little nervous because if the Demigryphs win, I'm in trouble. This guy's in trouble. So we'll see how that works out. So yeah, he charges the single beast and reforms. Now these Demigryphs come on this side. Now they're getting closer to the action. I'm going to have to deal with them somehow. But he has Inner Circle Knights reform and just get ready to take some charges. I really like the way this looks. I mean, he can't flee because there's a good chance he'd be popping through those units and pop off the table. My Furies, yep, they take care of the Engineer on his turn, so now they're threatening his bunker or the War Altar. Probably not the War Altar. I'll probably go into the bunker. And some Banishment. Really do a number on my Beast of Nurgle. So, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those guys. So, turn 3 Demons. Yep, let's do it. Yeah, so the Furies, they charge over the War Altar and get into his bunker. He had a stand and shoot, so he killed 1 or 2, and he's going to be able to attack first. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it was kind of just, I had to get him out of the way so that the Beast could charge the War Altar. I thought this was a good matchup. Maybe I can keep that War Altar from firing some banishments if my Great Unclean One would fail his charge. So I decided to take the Great Unclean One, the Plague Drones, and the Plague Bearers into his Inner Circle Knights. This is the game here. So depending on what happens in this combat is going to be who wins. The Great Unclean One with his Eternal Blade, I'm going to be doing damage. He's not going to be getting a save, most likely, against the Great Unclean One. I'm only strength 4 with the Plague Bearers right now. I'm only strength 4 and strength 5 with the Plague Drones. Do got a lot of poison. I got 4 up regen on the Plague Bearers, so I'm just hoping to throw combat resolution in my favor. Giving myself some ranks. I'll be out. He won't be steadfast. So we'll see how that all works out. This is this is one of those all or nothing charges. After combat, the War Altar kills one of my Beasts of Nurgle, and I think this combat actually draws. I do 2 wounds to the altar itself. The Archer bunker just said, "Forget you, Chaos Furies," and decides to kill all of them. I think I got a wound on one of his wizards. Over here in this combat, I get -2 toughness on the Inner Circle Knights. I wish it was a -2 armor save, but yeah, it just makes them a little bit easier to wound. The more wounds I do, the more chances he can toss maybe a 1 or 2 for his armor save. and I throw a +1 regen on my Plague Bearers, and he still manages to get two wounds through on 3 up, so that's pretty cool. I kill 4 Inner Circle Knights, and they stick around. I reform the drones to bring some more attacks in against them. My flank is wide open for the Demigryphs. Not much I can do there. I'm just going to have to take that charge and hope my combat res comes through for me. Turn 3 Empire, and that's exactly what he does. Brings his Demigryphs into the flank. He throws his Heraconum in. This is kind of his Hail Mary play. He has to turn this combat in his favor really soon and really quick before that tally gets too insane. Yeah, I think it was a smart move. What else are you going to do at this point? Over here, Cannon Shot kills Epidemius, so forget about the tally. There's no reason to even think about it. But yeah, so Cannonball kills Epidemius. That's the first time he has died in 8 games, so that's pretty exciting. Here after combat, yeah, I didn't break him when I charged the cannon in, but I did win combat. I killed the Demigryph, so he's down to 2 Demigryphs, and after combat it was just too much for them. The Demigryph is actually here. One gets away, the banner died of course, and yeah, Demigryph's just sitting there. And after combat, yeah, it's the end of the game. I know it looks weird, but we were packing up. The Demigryphs pretty much fluffed their attack. They failed the fear test. The Huracanum failed the fear test. I think his Inner Circle Knights failed a fear test. Yeah, it was just not good. He was throwing some spells out. Laura Light. I think he had Initiative 10, all that stuff. Just wasn't enough. The Great Unclean One did enough wounds, and they broke, and we ran him down. And that's when my opponent called it, because I would have been into his bunker, and it was just going downhill from there. So it was the end of the game. It was a pretty quick game. I knew it was just going to come down to that Inner Circle Knight combat, and that's the way it goes. So after 3 rounds, I got 20 points for that last one, and I had 50 tournament points overall, which netted me 2nd place. Of course, Epidemius and Fate Weaver just massacred everybody. In the last round, he actually played Justin from Nerdhammer and just swamped his ogres. So, but with that being said, I took 2nd, Rob Skaven took 3rd, and Justin Ogres took Best Painted. Nerdhammer walks away with 3 out of the 4 trophies and places and money, so it was a really good showing for us. Showcase Comics down there is an absolutely awesome store. They ran a very, very good tournament, and very quick. Like, there's no like hour breaks between games. It's let's get it going immediately. Let's smash through games and get it done. I think the tournament was over by like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So that was pretty great. Epidemius list now is 8-0. It's a filthy list. I actually enjoy playing it. I actually enjoy the lore of Nurgle right now more than anything. I think I've been dodging elves, but there's going to be so many toughness 3 type of stuff, and lore Nurgle messes with toughness so bad. I really, really, really like lore Nurgle right now, and the Great Unclean One. But this is probably the list I'm going to be taking to this GT, just because it's an uncomped event. After that, I'll probably retire that list and move on to some other things. But thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you on the next one.